Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel today. And in today's video, you're going to see me attempting to get the garden ready to put out the strawberries. I have always wanted to have strawberries, and so here we go. I have the ground tilled up because I had asked my neighbor next door to come over and till up this little patch of land to put strawberries out, and so he did. Now in today's video, I am just chopping in it a little bit with my little hand chopper, and I'm going to add fertilizer to it so that it'll be ready to put the strawberry plants in. I got 2 small bags of potting soil from the Dollar Tree. And so that's what I'm going to be putting in today. I hope everyone's having a wonderful spring. The beginning of spring is here. Summer's on its way. Lots of activities are planned, lots of places to go, things to do. And so I'm just chopping away on this ground. As you can see, it wasn't very deep, but it doesn't take but just a couple of inches to put the strawberry plants in. I did find them at Walmart, which really surprised me because I have been looking for the last 2 years to find strawberry plants and hadn't been able to find anybody anywhere that had plants. But this year, for some reason, Walmart did. Or maybe they had them other years and I just got in there too late to find them and missed them. But I did pick up 2 packages of them today. I have 20 little plants to put out. Now you're supposed to put them out a foot apart. So in a little bit in the video, you'll see me kind of walking down through here and estimating how far apart I'm going to put them. Now in upcoming videos, I'm going to be doing some giveaways, and the month is almost over with. I've got great plans for next month's videos. I have a collab coming up with my dear sweet friend Bonnie from Bonnie's Bargains, so you will be seeing that. Now here you see me getting the bag of potting soil, and I'm going to be tearing it open and getting it ready to put in the ground and mix in with the dirt that I've chopped up. So I'm just going to rip this plastic open like muscle land. Here I go. I'm so strong. Ripping the plastic open. It didn't take much to rip it open, really. And now I'm dumping the dirt into the ground along with the dirt that I've chopped up, and I'm going to be mixing this in as best I can. I just felt like I needed a little extra boost, and that maybe this potting soil would give it some extra minerals and make it a little better for planting. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm just chopping this in, adding it in, stirring it a little bit, mixing it as I go. This, I have to tell you, was very excruciating and hard on me. I had to stop a couple of times and rest because this bending over position was really getting to me. And I knew that I would not be able to get down on my hands and knees and do it like when I was younger, because once I get down on my hands and knees, I can't get back up. So I just continue to do it bending over like this, chopping. This little thing I got that I'm using is called a hand tiller. I actually bought this at Lowe's quite a few years ago, and I use it quite a bit in the summer with planting gardens and different things. It's really a good little tool to use. It's kind of like a spade, with one of the ones that's got prongs, but it's got that long handle so you can really hit down hard and dig in deep. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm just kind of chopping along, picking up rocks and sticks. There was a lot of concrete in here. There was a lot of roots and things like that didn't get tilled up. I feel like really that it needed to be tilled in a little deeper, that maybe my neighbor just kind of ran over it once lightly with a tiller. And I was wanting it to be deep tilled, where you hold the tiller in place and really let it dig down in there deep and then move a little bit, so that you have the soil really tore up. But there were a lot of concrete in here and roots, so maybe he wasn't able to get his tiller down in there well enough to really do that. But nonetheless, I did get it chopped up. Now, I did not get the strawberry plants put in today's video. I wasn't able to do that. All I was able to do physically today was just get the ground chopped up and get it ready for the strawberries. And then when I finally did bring the strawberries out to put it in, I forgot to bring my camera out and set it up to film it, so you won't get to see that. But I will be bringing my camera back out here when the plants start to grow and let you see what they look like. And then when they actually put off strawberries, I will be bringing my camera back out and letting you see the strawberries that I get, if I get any. This is the first time I've ever planted. Now here you're seeing me, I'm kind of estimating, it's at a foot apart. I'm trying to make sure and see if I got enough chopped up to put my 20 plants out there. Because once I get enough chopped up to put my 20 plants out there, I'm going to stop. Because it really was physically hard on me to even do this little bit. I just want to get enough chopped up to put the 20 plants in, and then I'm going to quit. I did mark the spot with these two rebars, is that what they're called, sticks, like I have around the dog pen. And that was just so that my neighbor knew that I had been out there and had been working on putting the plants in. I was afraid that he would come back over with his tiller and try to go back over it again and not see my little strawberry plants in there, because they were really tiny. They were only like 2 or 3 inches tall, and some of them didn't even have green leaves on them. And I didn't want him to come and bring his tiller and go back over and chop up my little strawberry plants. So I put the rebar sticks in the ground out there so he would see that I had been out there and had actually been working on the ground a little bit and to get it ready to actually put the strawberry plants in. I had to take a little breather there because it was really getting hard. Now I did have the other bag of potting soil down here. I had to move the rebar stick out because I didn't have quite enough ground to put the 20 plants in. As you've seen when I was measuring, I needed it to go down a little farther. So I ended up putting the rebar down on the other end a little farther, and so then I started chopping from that end. I figured I'd chop from that end and meet in the middle, and then add the potting soil to that part of the ground down there. So that's what I did. So I'm chopping and picking and taking sticks and rocks and things out and just throwing them on the driveway as I go. And I did run into quite a few large pieces of concrete in there. As you know, this area here used to be a fire pit. It was a homemade fire pit. The people that lived in the house before me had built one out here, and they used those large cinder blocks and put around it. And I had my nephew come and help me dig those all out and remove that all, clean all the dirt and sticks and stuff out. And I didn't really know what I was going to use a small little patch of land for, but I think it makes a really good garden spot because it's in a sunny area. It gets a lot of sun. There's a tree on the other side that affords a little bit of shade, but for the most part, it gets the sun, so it makes a really good spot to garden. So I discovered that it would be really good for putting the strawberry plants out because along that fence that you see over on the other side on your right, that is where my blackberry bush is. And I actually got out here this year and took my pruning shears and pruned back my blackberry bushes because from what I understand, at the end of the year in the fall, you're supposed to prune back some of the limbs, cut some of the dead ones off and cut it back. And when you cut it back in the fall, then the following spring, that helps it to come up better. So I was able to do that, and they will start coming off around June or July. You'll see there'll be pretty much a lot of greenery along that fence, and you'll see there's a big brick that I'm pulling out of there and throwing on the concrete. You'll see there'll be a lot of greenery along there when my blackberries start coming out. So I will have blackberries and strawberries. I'm really excited about that. I've had blackberries every year since I've lived here, but I've never had the strawberries to go along with it, and now I will have. So once I get this all chopped up really, really good, you'll see me pick up the second bag of the potting soil that I got at the Dollar Tree, and I'll add it in along this end. I tried to distribute it equally. There we go. Here I am picking up the other bag, and I'm going to be holding it up and ripping it open and dumping it in there and mixing it in along with it. So I figured if I went from end to end that I could distribute it evenly between the two spots, kind of meet in the middle. So I just kind of dump it along here. It comes out in really big clumps. I end up taking my little pruning or tilling stick that I had brought with me and kind of breaking it up the clumps and mixing them in along here and getting it ready to go. This is really the most activity I've had in a while. I love to garden. I love to have flowers come up. And I do have plans this year. I hope they end up happening. I want to plant some flowers along the front of the house, the kind that come up every year. I don't know what other kind to put in there besides tulips. And I don't really want to put tulips in there. I have a special reason for not wanting to put the tulips in. But I want some other kind of a plant that comes back every year. Some other kind of a flower, beautiful flower that will bloom every year. And that I don't have to come back out and do a lot of work with. Rose bushes are good, and I'm thinking I might do that. Rose bushes would be really easy to put in there. Add a couple more rose bushes. But I would like some kind of a blossoming plant, like a big chrysanthemum, or what are those called? Snowball plants that's got the big, huge blooms on them. I think those would be really nice. And here you'll see me, I'm measuring again. I'm going across and I'm measuring a foot and a foot and a foot and a foot to try to see if I think I got enough. And I believe I ended up getting my 20 spots to put my 20 strawberry plants. Yes, I did. So that's good. I'm like, there's enough in there. Bye. And I will see you guys in the next video. And thank you very much for coming to watch today. And y'all come back and see us any old time. Bye for this one. And now I got to pick up my mess. Get rid of that rock. Take these things and throw them and get rid of them. Yeah, that's me. Take my trash bags. Head on to the house. Bye, y'all. Thanks for coming.